long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I played my first MMO, which was Star Wars Galaxies, and I quickly fell in love with it. Star Wars Galaxies has been the MMO that I've judged every other MMO by, and nothing has ever compared to it. But Star Wars Galaxies is no more, because Sony Online Entertainment decided to make it more of a casual player's game and release the combat upgrade, which completely fucked up the game, and all the core gamers left, and servers eventually shut down, and leading Star Wars Galaxies to be lost forever. That is until Star Wars Galaxies Emulator came out, which is a group of guys who decided to bring it back to its former glory, and I've been watching the development of it, and I felt like this was about the right time to join in to where it would have been when I played it. And I gotta tell you, it is amazing. It's like seeing your first love all over again. Now, Star Wars Galaxies was definitely not a casual gamer MMO. It required a lot of grinding, and a lot of time, and a lot of attention. And that's what I really loved about it. You really had to pay constant attention to it, and really give it the time and effort that it deserved, because it was an amazing game. Of course, it's set in the Star Wars universe during the first 3 movies, the good movies, we should add. And Jedis during that movie, during the movie bits, were a rare thing. And Star Wars Galaxies captured that by getting to Jedi a ridiculous long process of just intensiveness and craziness. Now, the cool thing about it was when you finally became a Jedi, if people saw you using your lightsabers and such, you were reported to the bounty hunters, and the bounty hunters would actually get missions. Player bounty hunters would get missions to hunt you down and kill you. If you were killed by a bounty hunter, you would lose all your experience points that you gained, which was quite a big deal. And it just made it awesome. It just made this kind of unreachable goal that became even harder when you reached it. And a lot of people bitched about the Jedi. This is reasoning where the combat upgrade came from, and it made it to where you could be Jedi right off the bat, and a lot of people got pissed. A lot of people spent a lot of time grinding Jedi, which took months upon months and months to they got pissed, and they should have been. it was a shit deal, honestly. Now, Star Wars Galaxies is a very player-driven MMO. Everything you need from the universe is crafted and built by players. You need heals, you need wound healing or buffs, you have to visit a medical center and find a doctor, at which you would tip them for the deal. If you have any sort of wounds for your mind, you need to visit a cantina and watch an entertainer. And these are actual players giving you these buffs and fixing you up. And you would even get buffs from entertainers. Everything was needed. To buy a house, you needed to buy from someone who built the house deed. There are player cities all over the place that pop up in the middle of the desert, to where people set up shops with vendors, to where you can buy all kinds of things, just all over the place. It was a very player-driven MMO, and the great thing about it was to see these cities built by players pop up in the desert, and it was just amazing to see it. And people would have their own malls, and people would hang out there, their own cantinas and such. Now, of course, there are the Rebels and Imperials, and they had quite a bit of missions you could go along with it. You could join either side, PvP between each other, and that was a really cool feature. I liked that. It was kind of an open world PvP. You could flag yourself, and people could attack, and it was just really great. There's planets, all kinds of different planets, all kinds of different landmarks. Like on Tatooine, you can find the escape pod that the droids came down from Princess Leia's ship. You can find the Crate Dragon graveyard, which actually still has Crate Dragons, and they can literally fuck you up, so just stay away from them if you do decide to play this. Don't be that guy. And then you have Jabba's Palace, which the scale of it is just amazing. And you can actually go in and do missions for Jabba, and they call that the theme park missions. And they're really cool to do and just explore and see the sights and sounds of Star Wars. And of course it has all the Star Wars music, which is muted because copyright issues, because fuck Disney, right? And then when you had player housing, you could actually go ahead and decorate your house whichever way you wanted. And there's items that players could craft for you to build, decorate your house. And there's actually people who would decorate houses for you. And it was just really, really cool to do. Now, one of the big features about Star Wars Galaxies that I liked was to get to certain higher tier elite professions, you had to master certain things in different lower tier professions. And it made it to where it was really, you had to kind of plan your attack almost to go through and get to the elite tier professions, which is a really cool feature, and I really liked that. Now, each planet is connected by starports, and each city has starports and shuttleports. Some of the player cities you can even put a shuttleport in, so you can build a city in the desert, put a shuttleport there, and fly to anywhere else. And it was just really cool, a really cool thing to do. Now you got missions. You have like bounty hunter missions, entertainer missions, artisan missions. Any kind of mission you can think of, you had missions for, and it was just the variety of it. Everybody had something to do. This is a busy man's MMO. But it's set in the Star Wars universe with combat. It's just crazy. I loved it. I love every second of this game. Now, one of the cool features is you can actually get your own extractors or power generators, survey the area, find an area where you're best going to get the stuff you need, and place them down and actually power them, and it will go ahead and pull the minerals and stuff you need or the power. It's just really, really great. It's a really great feature, and I loved it a lot. Now, this game is live. Now, there's two ways to get back onto this game. I put all the links in the description below except -1 that I'm going to talk about later. The first thing you need to do to get on this is to get the original CDs. You can get them from eBay or Amazon. They're available. Some of them are highly priced. Some of them are pretty cheap. Now, the next way you can get this, I usually don't recommend because I'm kind of against this in a way. But at the same time, if you do this, you can help with this whole Star Wars Galaxy revival. You can use a torrent to get on this game through the community. Now, the only thing I ask, and I'm asking you guys this, please, please, if you use the torrent, take the money you would have spent to buy the disc and give it to the development fund of this on Star Wars Galaxies emulator. The link's in the description below. Once you have the game, the disc, or the torrent, everything you need to do from there is in the links in the description below on SWG EMU. Now, if you did torrent it, please take that money, throw it into the development. They have a lot of copyright issues, a lot of development time. These guys are working their ass off. They're currently trying to get Jedis into the game, along with some of the end-game content. And along with that, they're also working on Jump to Lightspeed, which added space combat, open-world space combat. You could build ships, you could become a pilot. Great shit coming along the way on this. I really want to have this on a place on YouTube. I really want to put this on YouTube. I really want to, do either guides or, just share my experience with it. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want, I'm probably going to, link some guilds, maybe get a guild going. All of us can play together. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But this is definitely my favorite game from my childhood, and I'm so glad and so happy that it's back. And I really give everybody here, just give it a try. If you're a little lost, there's guides and stuff. Just give it a try. It is one of the greatest MMOs ever made. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.